So you'll be going up after our next comedian, the hilarious Mr. Iwan Ooh.
Yes. Alright, this sailor, right? And he's like hired aboard this ship. And so they're out at sea for about 6 months. And he's talking to his buddy, he's like, hey man, when do we go back into port? You know, I'm getting kind of horny out here. And his friend's like, oh no, we're not gonna go back into port for like another 6 months. And he's like, what? You know, I can't wait that long. So like, well, have you tried the barrel? He's like, no, what's that? So he shows him to this room, and there's a barrel in the room, and a little hole in the barrel. He's like, well, there you go. Yeah, so he tries it out, right? He starts fucking it. And it works really well, right? He's talking to his buddy, he's like, yeah, man, that barrel's fucking awesome. He's like, dude, I'm gonna use it every day. He's like, well, every day but Sunday, right? And he's like, oh, you can't use it on Sunday? He's like, well, you can, but Sunday's your day in the barrel, so. And you know, normally when a guy brags about how big his dick is, it's usually the opposite, right? It's usually really small. And I was talking to this guy the other day, he was like, oh man, my dick's so huge, I'm like hung like a horse. I was like, yeah, like a seahorse. Yeah, I've had sex with all different types of women, like white, black, Asian, Hispanic. In my opinion, Asian women give the best blowjobs. Yeah. If any of you ladies like to prove me wrong, you can meet me in the bathroom after my set. Yeah, I think Pride Month needs a mascot, and I got the perfect one, the flamingo. Right, they got pink feathers, they love to dance, and they're like a non-predatory, peaceful type of bird, you know? And they only eat like brine shrimp and algae. So, nobody cares about brine shrimp. And you know what a group of flamingos is called? They're not called a flock. No, they're called a flamboyance. How okay is that, right? It's like all the best parts of Pride Month, all wrapped up into one animal. And you know, even the name, flamingo, is flaming O. Right, a flaming O? It's just a burning butthole. What did the Australian chess player say to the waiter? Checkmate. Yeah, a couple months back, North Korea sent over 200 balloons over to South Korea, and they were loaded with like garbage and excrement. But that statement's not exactly accurate, because those balloons, they weren't filled with shitty trash. No, they're filled with Dane Cook's jokes.
Oh.
And you know, there's a new disorder going around called the Usher syndrome. Yeah, it makes you go blind and deaf. That's pretty serious, right? You know, because I always thought when you got Usher syndrome, it just made you go, yeah! Yeah, I was in the United States Army, 1st Cavalry Division, Fort Hood. It was cool, you know, but it was weird being the only Asian person. And you know, every day people just look at me like, are we supposed to shoot this guy? It's cool being in the Army, you get some good benefits. I'd say the best benefit is the ability to give old men hard-ons. Yeah, old men, they love hearing Army stories. I guess because it makes them feel younger, give them hope for the future or something. But like if I meet some old men in a park and I start telling them Army stories, they start coming all over me. Man, my dog, she's really cute, you know? She's so cute when other dogs see her, they go, oh my gosh, that dog is so cute. And then they go, oh my gosh, I can talk. Yeah, one of my Jewish friends, Jenna the Jewish princess, we call her. Oh, she's a staunch supporter of IDF, Netanyahu, all that, you know. And but I get what she's, you know, Jenna's saying when she's making all her points and stuff. But when I hear what the Palestinians are saying, I become torn, you know. Like, which side should I be on? Like, should I take the side of the Palestinians, or should I choose genocide? Hey, you know, the rapper Macklemore came out with a new pro-Palestine song a couple months back called Haynes Hall. Most people that aren't paying attention to the war, they don't know anything about Hayden Rajab and stuff. Me, I'm Generation X, so I know all about her story. One thing I don't know as Generation Xer though is, who the fuck is Macklemore? Yeah, one of my buddies is Muslim, and he doesn't eat pork, you know, but he's always trying to pork shame me and shit. He's always like, oh, gross, you eat bacon and sausage. I'm like, man, I'm Korean, right? We eat dog, right? And, you know, the NFL is one Asian player, and he's a kicker. Could you not find a more racist position for this guy? What, are you gonna make him go out barefoot in a karate uniform? Yeah, I was watching the Oscars this past season. Towards the end, I was getting all excited and shit. I was like, hey, look, they're bringing back the mummy. But then I saw it again, I was like, oh no, that's just Al Pacino. All right, let me tell you a story. I'll tell you an Army story. It was the day we did M60 training, right? The M60 is a light machine gun, right? It's the Rambo gun, right? Hey, come on in. Hey, Dr. Luke. Anyway, there was 200 of us, right, in my basic training, and we're watching our drill sergeant. We're like sitting on these bleachers, and we're watching our 4 drill sergeants shoot the M60 like the correct way, right? They're like laying there, and they're like shooting like short control first. Anyway, one of them starts, like gets up, right? He's like, man, fuck this, right? And he picks up his gun, and he holds it just like Rambo, right, with one arm. And the other arm, he's holding the bullets, right, like this. And he starts shooting, he's like, ah, right? And so we're all watching this, we're like, what the fuck? And we're like, fuck, yeah, that's fucking awesome, right? And so like the other 3 drill sergeants, they hear us cheering and shit, you know, and they're like looking around, like, what the fuck's going on? And then they see that guy up there, so they're like, oh, fuck this. And so they all stand up and pick up their machine guns. And so you got 4 grown men standing there with fucking machine guns, just sawing away, like, yeah, right? And behind them is 200 younger guys, and we're all like, fuck yeah, it's fucking awesome. Oh man, it was the most testosterone-filled event I've ever been a part of this shit. And at the end of the day, we all had fucking sore throats and full-grown beards and shit. I'll tell you that story. The day I saw real-life cowboys. You can come in, Dr. Moon. I don't know if you've ever seen cowboys before, but they're pretty impressive, you know, at least the ones I saw. Yeah, I was driving cross country and I was in Nebraska. It was in the wintertime, and I just got off the freeway because I wanted to see something, you know, because you can't see shit in Nebraska. Anyway, right when I got off the freeway, I was like, oh wow, you know, this is like a huge mistake, right? Because right in front of me was like this wall of cows, you know, like 50 of them, and they were like all pressed together, you know? And so I stopped my car, I'm like, oh shit, like what am I supposed to do now, you know? Like, should I back up or something? But then right then, the cows, they start parting, you know? And I could see why. It's because these 2 guys that are like riding up on horses and shit, you know? And they're like, yeah, you know? And because of that, the cows are all partying and shit. They're doing that for me, right? And so I drive past these guys and I'm like looking at them, I'm like, man, these guys are fucking pretty impressive, you know? They're both like maybe 6'2", like 230 pounds. Maybe the older one's maybe 35, the younger one's maybe 25, right? They have like cowboy hats and jean jackets. They both have pistols and shit. And they look fucking like tough as shit. You know, I've seen, you know, I was in the army, right? So I've seen some tough motherfuckers, but these guys are fucking tough as nails, you know? And I was just looking at them like, man, these fucking guys are fucking awesome, dude. Pretty impressive and shit. And then I jerked off and went on my way. Yeah, I was talking to this guy the other day, and he told me he's Persian. I was like, you Persian? From Persia? He was like, yeah, where are you from? I was like, the Han Dynasty, I guess. Yeah, you know, the whole little dick Asian myth thing actually worked to my advantage a couple months back. Yeah, this little 5'2" petite little French lady, like she totally singled me out, you know. I guess she was thinking like, hey, look at this Asian guy. He's probably got a lot of money and a little dick. Wrong. Yeah, you know, I'm a stand-up comedian. I don't have any money. And also, like, I have a normal-sized dick, you know. Yeah, I know because I was in the army. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, right when she saw it, she was like, oh my God, your dick is huge. Which every guy loves to hear, you know. And I was like, it's not that big, but thanks. You know? It's not the longest in the world, but it is a bit girthy, right? So upon initial insertion, she was like, ah! Yeah, you know, I suggest all guys like date women that are like at least 6 inches or more shorter than them and shit, you know? Oh yeah, dude. When I saw my dick in her little hands, you know, I was like, wow, you know, maybe I do have a big dick. Yeah, I felt like a porn star being with her and shit. I was like, yeah, I give myself a porn star name. I could be E1. Ooh. Yeah, this past April 4th, it was a new national holiday. It's now, April 4th is now National Burrito Day. Yeah. And the very next day, April 5th, is now National Toilet Clogging Day. Yeah, you know, O.J. Simpson died this past year. It was pretty crazy, right? It was even crazier the way he crashed the internet. Yeah, basically the second he died, half of America got online and was like, who the fuck is O.J. Simpson? You know, comedians always tell you 2 things, right? They always tell you when they just get booked on a show. They always tell you when they just had sex. That's a bit juvenile, right? Like myself, I haven't been booked on a show in over a month. But I did get laid last week, so whoa! My name's Iwano, I'm out of here.
Yeah! Woo! Iwan. Shit, man.